Super Bowl Sunday's fast approaching end. Super Bowl 52 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New England Patriots. Joined as ever by the Sean Graham resident NFL expert Dave. So Dave, how do you see this one going for Super Bowl 52?
Yeah, Ross, I think it's going to be a really good game. Philadelphia against New England. Of course, Patriots the favourite 1-2 here at Sean Graham. Philadelphia underdogs 7-4. Looking at the handicap, New England minus 4.5. 10-11, of course, you pick with Philadelphia plus 4.5. One area I would like to get involved with if you're looking for a bet would be just the first half, just getting involved with the first half only. On the half-time handicap, Philadelphia are +3 and the total points mark is 24. Now I'll be looking at taking the under 24 points and also taking Philadelphia +3 for the first half handicap. Incredibly, in Tom Brady's 7 Super Bowl appearances, he hasn't scored a point in the first quarter in any of those games. And there was also no first quarter points in the first 2 playoff games for New England already this season. So I think it'll be a bit of a cagey opening through the first half. So take Philadelphia +3 and take under 24 first half points.
Of course, past couple of years we have seen the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. How does this crop compare to the teams of the past few years?
Yeah, it's a similar kind of thing. Obviously Brady's the main man leading the way. Defensive line's been pretty strong. Linebackers, they're not as athletic as the once were. Dante Hightower's been a big miss, but the defense has been really coming on. And the offense, despite losing Julian Edelman at the start of the season, they've got Rob Gronkowski still there. He's going to be playing. He's going to get over a concussion. Of course, Brady leading the way. I think it's going to be, as usual, Patriots offense up against the Eagles defense. That's going to decide the game.
If the Eagles are to have a chance against the Patriots, where do you think it'll lie?
It's going to come up front on both sides for the Eagles. You've got the Eagles defensive line very strong, the likes of Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan, and on the end Vinnie Curry and Brandon Graham. The thing about the Eagles defensive line as well, they've got an equally good second unit. So most teams would just have 4 good starters, but this team can roll any of the 8 lads in and out, and they're not going to tire like the Falcons did last year. So the key to beating the Patriots is getting pressure up front on their defensive line. On the other side of the ball as well, their offensive line, it's so athletic as well. Even though they're missing the all-pro Jason Peters, they've got the centre Jason Kelsey and the right tackle Lane Johnson. Very athletic. They can perform multiple schemes when they're running the ball, so look for the Eagles O-line to try and dominate the game up front.
Where does the value lie for the punters if they're looking to have a bet for Sunday?
So the value, I think, as we mentioned, the under 24 first half points and the +3, obviously they're just 10-11 shots, so it's just about evens. That's one way I'll be getting involved. But for a bit of value at a better price, Philadelphia field goal to be the first scoring play. That's 7-2. The New England Patriots, they do give up yards, but they tend to stiffen as they get towards the red zone. So Philadelphia might get down to inside 10 yards or 20 yards, but I think New England will make a couple of plays, so Philadelphia might have to kick a field goal. So 7-2 for Philadelphia to be the first scoring play of the game. That's a bit of a value shout there as well. A first touchdown scorer as well, who looks like a big tasty price, 14-1 about Chris Hogan. He's a wide receiver for the Patriots. He scored 5 touchdowns in the opening 5 games of the season, but then he got injured and he only returned there a couple of games ago. He's played the 2 playoff games since he returned from injury, but he was quiet. But intriguingly, he did play 90% of the snaps, so he's always on the field, he's always going to get a chance, and he's getting matched up with the Eagles' weakest defender, Jalen Mills. So maybe Chris Hogan, 14-1 first touchdown.
Dave, always insightful, of course, with the tips for the Super Bowl. Do get all the bets on here at Sean Graham before Sunday, of course. Do pick up a coupon as well for the feature. Get all the bets on here at Sean Graham.